All right, so we are doing a review of the brand new Griffin lever arms. I have reviewed the Griffin monoliths. I like them. I think they're pretty good. They could do a few things. So let's take a look at this guy right here. So first let's take a kind of look around the whole thing. You can see UHMV trolleys. You have this pop pin right here, which is a twist, and it's supposed to pop back. You have a pin to secure, which I'll kind of show you what they kind of look like. I'm going to pull this one out right here. I pull this one out. This is a 1-inch one right here. And it looks very similar to this. This is the 5/8 pin right here. You can see the magnets. Pretty cool. Feels like stainless steel. I believe it is stainless steel, kind of knurled right here. We'll pop that back right here. We'll get to that here in a second. And then as you work your way up, obviously you can see holes here, so you can set the arms at different heights. And you can kind of see a bumper right here. You can see we got a pin right here to twist in, and then a locking mechanism there. Let's talk about that in a second. All right, so, okay, let's talk about each aspect first of all. So, essentially how this works is you would pull this out, lower it down all the way. You would take this pin, you would twist it so this is facing the other side, and then it would unlock, and then you'd be able to lift it up and bring it down. I believe each one of these weighs around 70 pounds or so. The first question is how well does it glide up and down with it? Well, with that UHMV plastic, pretty good. There's not much rock to it. I'm trying to move it around a little bit. If I grab the lever arms and clear at the end, I try and twist it. It does shake a little bit, but I don't think you're going to get much better than that. So the glide is smooth. There's a couple brands. I think like Bell's is Steel, I think makes one that has metal right here. You definitely don't want that. You're going to chip up your powder coat on your frame. This is on a Rep PR 5000. Of course, Griffin has the same overseas shipping, so it's going to be on a metric base, where like Bell's of Steel, Rogue is going to be a true 3-inch by 3-inch 11 gauge steel. You can't really take this apart. Basically, I had to undo this up here and slide the whole system down, which is fine. And then you put the lever arm like this. It comes in 3 pieces, this piece, and then the handle. And then once you have it in place, you have this 1-inch pin that goes all the way across to secure it in place, just so it doesn't accidentally lock its way down. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring this whole thing down. Just hold on 1 second. All right. Okay, so I brought it down. The nice thing is, got a little storage right here. I wish they would have put another hole right here, and I may drill one in there, just so you have another lockout mechanism. Now, why do I buy this versus the Rogue and a bunch of others? One, it's on a trolley, so you can move it up and down. The next is you have an articulating function, which you have to buy extra for a lot of them. So once you pull it out, it can move in and out as you're benching or doing whatever. And it has a stop function right there. And you can really get it right in the middle of the chest without stopping. It works really good. Then you have numbered holes going down on this side, not on the front, which is fine, as long as it's numbered somewhere. And then essentially how you unlock it is this twists off, this little nut that twists off and on right here. The whole thing folds up and slides in just like we're used to. We're used to just sliding in things like this. And then you just have to secure it in with this, basically a 1-inch bolt with a nut. And it's just hand tight and it's secured. You do have a nice handle that wraps around here. This is pretty standard for the most part. And then you'll get a little variation. But then of course you have the handle here. Do I wish this was knurled? Yes, of course not. But that's fine. This looks like it's chromed right here. It does have a bumper right here, which it looks like it'll mostly stop it from hitting that right there, but should be fine. Of course, you have a bumper back here, so it's not going to hurt you. And then just the regular 2-inch sleeves. How does it work in practice? Works pretty darn good. I find these holes to be a little tight when I'm doing this. These slide in and out super easily. This slides in and out super easily. Really smart. I think it makes it look really good with these bolt systems. How do these holes work? So let's say I'm doing an overhead press and I want it to start right there, which is about chest high for me. I can put a pin in right there and then boom, I can lift it up overhead. Now, if you have it locked all around the top, you might be thinking, well, what does that look like? Essentially, it's dead vertical. And then you're maybe at like a 70 degree. That one is basically flat, so on and so forth. Now, you might be thinking, well, how come there's not as many holes as the Vendetta? The Vendetta really comes all the way out here, so it has a bunch of holes, so you get a lot more angles. And I think if you were to buy the Vendetta, then maybe buy the Rep ISO arms, then you buy the articulating function, because there are a few other brands that make it. That's a pretty good system. That's going to be quite a bit more than this. This system here is $900. I got it for a sale a little bit less. I've only had it for a couple of days, used it on a few lifts. There's a million things you could do. I think it works pretty good. So anyway, that's the review. Overall, I'm going to give it probably an A-. There's a few things they could do, I think, to make it a hair better, but I think they thought of a lot of things, and I think for what they've done for the price, I don't think there's a better system out there. You look at like the Rogue, whatever, 150 cal, whatever the heck they call it. But they have issues too, like these not wanting to pop back in place, and you have to kind of bump it a little bit to pop back. I have the same thing here. I mean, and I read some of the reviews on there. They had a few issues like that. So there's a couple things here and there that are not perfect, and that's fine. It's just going to get beat up anyway, and it'll still work. That's it.